Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. We've seen a good uptick in the global markets. Though Dow was down about 0.15%, Nasdaq was up about 0.4%, and most of the technology firms have done extremely well there. And earnings also that came out from the most of the corporates have been in line or slightly better than expectations. European markets too were up anywhere from 0.25% to almost about 0.5%. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, most of the markets, Nikkei, Hang Seng, the Korean markets are all up anywhere from 0.2 to about 0.3%. And today morning, the Chinese manufacturing data that came out were at 18-month high, aided by the stimulus that the country has given. So definitely that has brought about some kind of a cheer to the Asian markets today morning. SGX Nifty is suggesting that we are going to open down about 16 to 18 points. And in terms of flows, friends, FIs were net buyers in the cash market to the tune of about 652 crore. The domestic institutional was sellers to the tune of about 292 crore. And in the index futures, the FIs have bought about 52 crore. Yesterday's market was pretty good at the index level, and we continue to remain at the record high level, primarily driven by the technology space and select heavyweights in the banking like ICICI Bank and HDFC Limited in particular. But the broader market or the mid-cap stocks did not participate that well, and in fact there was a startling underperformance in the mid-cap space. But looking at the overall stability in the global markets and the fact that the flows are continuing, the overall bias for the market continues to remain positive. On that note, let me invite Sadhana to take us through important F&O cues and ideas that we can have from the F&O desk.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Yesterday once again Nifty showed an enthusiastic performance, as we have seen that market started the session on a positive note and made a new intraday high at around 7807 odd levels, which is near to its lifetime high. And from there started falling and made a new low at around 7750. There we have seen that Nifty showed some resilience at lower levels, and from there it bounced back sharply and finally snapped its session with a marginal gain of 0.30%. In this period we have seen that long positions were built up as around 8.09 lakh shares were added in open interest. Approximately 16,000 contracts were added. We can see open interest increased by 4% from 1 crore 89 lakhs to 1 crore 97 lakhs. And Nifty futures price also increased by approximately 25 rupees. On the other hand, cost of carries decreased significantly from 0.05% to minus 2.46%. Along with Nifty futures went into a discount of 4.20 rupees from a premium of 0.10 paisa. On the options front, PCR is increased by 1% from 0.94 to 0.95, which is clearly indicating that put option has added good number of shares than call option. In yesterday's trade, put option has added around 20 lakh shares in open interest, whereas call option has added around 11 lakh shares in open interest. India VIX also increased by approximately 0.34%. We have seen it is increased by approximately 50 to 100 basis points from 14.64 to 14.69. On the options front, we have seen that call option 7,800 followed by 7,900 has seen good activity in open interest front. And in put option we have seen that earlier 7,500 was standing with highest number of shares in open interest. Now that activity is shifted to 7,700 put option. As of now 7,700 stands with highest number of shares in open interest. Approximately 70 lakhs contracts are available. Followed by 7,800 put option also has seen a good activity in yesterday's trade. There are 4 securities in bank period today. One is Dish TV, second is HDIL, third is IB Real Estate, and fourth is Unity. Yesterday, FIs were net buyers of 770 odd crores in future and option segment. They were net buyers of 52 crores in DEX futures. They were net buyers of 93 crore in stock futures. They were net buyers of 625 crore in stock futures, and they were net sellers of 93 crore in stock options. Our 5-day CVM stands at 7750. Lower range for the market would be 7700. This might act as a good support, strong support for the market, and higher range would be 7814. As we have seen that twice Nifty has taken resistance at 7814, so this would act as a stiff resistance going forward. Singapore Nifty is down by 18 points at around 7772.50 it's quoting, so we may see margin flattish to negative start in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let me take you through Sharekhan pre-market action, starting with actionable ideas. First of all, some positive news for the metal space as the Chinese manufacturing data has come in and is better than market expectations, and this number came in at about 52 compared with about 51 which was the estimate earlier. So one can go long on the global metal companies like Tata Steel and Hindalco. Tata Steel, one can go long with a stop loss of 544 and a target of about 572 to 582, and Hindalco one can go long with a stop loss of 190 and a target of about 199 to about 204. Kane India came out with numbers yesterday. The quarterly numbers were not that impressive, but the company has come out with a very encouraging guidance, and they are saying that they are going to step up its exploration program with the aim to increase the reserves of oil and gas to about 7 billion barrels from the earlier estimates of about 4.6 billion barrels. So this is definitely a big positive for Kane. So one can go along with the stop loss of 339 and a target of about 356 to about 363. Here is a list of stocks with positive and negative bias for the day traders. So stocks with positive bias are IRB, Century Textiles, JSW Energy, Colgate and ICICI Bank. Stocks with negative bias are ONGC, DLF, PNB and TFC. Companies which will be announcing numbers: Wipro, we are looking at a net profit of about 2125 crore. ACC, we are looking at a net profit of about 266 crore. Ambuja Cement, 382 crore. Glenmark Pharma, about 169 crore. Biocon, about 114 crore. TVS Motor, 90 crore. And M&M Financials, about 208 crore. In other developments, TRAI has recommendations for the DTH industry, wherein they have reduced the license fee from about 10% of the gross revenue to about 8%, and they have also suggested the extension of the license validity period to about 20 years from about 10 years. So these recommendations are definitely positive for the DTH companies. So one can expect some positive impact on a company like Dish TV. GMR is looking out to buy the partner stake in the Hyderabad-based aircraft maintenance, repair and overhaul unit. So that's a positive for the GMR. And for Bharat Power Projects Limited, there is going to be an attachment of the coal blocks by the Enforcement Directorate. So negative development for Bharat Power Projects. Also, pharma company Strides Accolab has received the US FDA approval for one particular drug called tacrolium capsules. So that's a positive one for the Strides Accolab. And foreign players are lapping up the gills as the RBI has increased the FPI limit by about $5 billion. So some positive news for the gilt players. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.